world of YouTube, true crime, table site, and everything else. Today, we are going over the Molly Bish story. I do have videos up of this, and supposedly, go figure, just like the Delphi murder case, they have a new POI. And unfortunately, I think that this is not the guy. um, As you can see, the top figure is a guy that died in 2015 in jail. For whatever reason, they're bringing this guy up. Because it's been how long since he died, and you can just want to imagine why they would now bring this out. Because this guy had a long history throughout the area of Ware, Massachusetts, Ware, where Molly Bish lived, and at 15 was doing a lifeguard job, got kidnapped and everything. um, and, right, this guy was a mechanic. And I believe throughout 3 towns around where Massachusetts used to work. I guess he was a rapist or whatnot. There is one thing I noticed that this guy does that the guy in the sketch does, and is how he holds his cigarette there in his mouth. But I did some studying of the face last night, of course, and I don't see no resemblance. No resemblance in this face. Supposedly this picture was drawn by a witness who saw this guy sitting at the pond in where she lifeguard, and he was sitting in his car, I believe. And I mean, that's the thing. If this guy was a mechanic, in the car, if they got a good description of the face in the car, why didn't they see, or where's the description of the car, is what I like to know. And if it was seen, it had to have been seen, because, right, it was there the day and he was sitting in it. And I remember, excuse me, one article that said that. So, that was the case. And I don't think that guy at the top at the time was probably even being looked at. But once again, here we go. When you have a vehicle, just like in the Maura Murray case, which is a red pickup truck, and the only thing in that case that was done wrong, it wasn't searched enough. And now it could be in a friggin' junkyard somewhere, crushed or even remelted already. Who knows? But when you get a description like this, and the person sees that, suspect, and if he's sitting in anywhere near a car or whatever, I mean, why in the hell don't that car get more inspected? Like I say, if I was on the Moore Murray case, the witness came out with that description of the truck, and they seen the truck. They were on the road walking when the truck went by. God damn, I would have been all up down the east coast of New England looking for that truck. Everywhere. Everybody search. State police, everywhere. There would have been a search. Because that was a big, substantial, break in the case. And this one, another one sitting in a car, And people, I don't know what it is, or even if they did search for it, why did it lead back to this guy and his mechanic jobs? Right, he could have been driving a customer's car for all we know. Who knows, back in them days, or even now, you don't know what some crooked mechanics do. Oh, I was bringing it out for a test drive, right? That's what they'll come out with. But if they use it for a crime, you got to think of all the possibilities, all the damn, you just can't work on one scenario in a case. And I always say that. Excuse me, god dang it. Hang on a sec. I hate when that happens. But anyways, the simple fact of the matter is, they waited this long to try and solve, for this guy to come up. And the sister was on the news last night when I shot this picture, and she's all excited. I mean, could be solved, but I don't know. And you know what is weird? And once again, we're going back to the Maura Murray case. And I was fortunate enough to save some stuff that was said by an individual that was pretty much, and now and this is another thing. There's a guy called the 112 Dirtbag, and I literally screenshotted a lot of his stuff. And particularly, one of them, something was mentioned, and now his account is set to private. You gotta add him as a friend to get on his account. And one of them, he goes off talking about Molly Bish and how him and his brother, and I believe it was a friend, and not even in this case, not even only in this case, he claims he was around I believe, correct, I want to say the Martha case with the Kennedy brother, cousin, Moxley. But this one, he claims that he lived around this town, him and his brother. And even though I could tell his picture ain't going to match up with this, but, who knows if he knows this person. And when people go around claiming they were around at this time, it's like, what else have you been doing? And they have said that he's been ruled out in the Maura Murray case. You don't even hear about him no more, but yet he came out with his freaky videos and everything. The bridge, the barn that he walks up to, and acts like he got stung by bees or whatever. And he's got his anniversary of Maura Murray and a ticket that he had stub 2 days earlier, a day earlier, or whatever, before the murder, out in that area where she was found missing. So it's like, either this guy gets around and knows people. Who knows? Maybe there was a few guys back in the day running around doing this crap and, got a little gang going on. But I don't know, man. You gotta think about all kinds of possibilities, all stuff that rings a bell that, you just can't, like I always say, you just can't stay on one subject. But anyways, this guy, what I got is the face is off, the eyes are off. One thing that stands out is the wideness. If you'd have put a mustache here, who knows if this guy can even get a mustache. Now, as you can see the sketch right at the top of the lip. Now, you put a mustache at the top of the lip, you still got an inch of skin showing. Now, the side shot of this guy can't get it. But I can tell right now these nostrils ain't the same. Where his are upwards with the nose and stick and are wide, you can clearly see down here, wait a minute, that his nostril goes with the nose, right? And it's small, real bad pointy nose. Even the cartilage bone here does not match. As you can see, this guy right here comes out wider. The ears kind of match, I will agree, but his stick out, and this one seems to go more in at the top. They don't stick out at the top, even though they do look like they would match up. But yeah, you can tell his are bigger. Yeah, and the inside is right, more in, and his got this big thing sticking out right there, or the cartilage or whatever. And actually, if you look at it, wow, looks like only one ear sticks out. Weirdo. Can't see the other guys here, but I still think I didn't get the hairline on this picture. I don't know why it came out so damn big. But I'm looking at the hairline and it's off to the sides, and they don't even match up. But even the lips, and oh man, I'm gonna talk about weirdness. I met someone. They were a kid though. It was back when I was like 6, 7 years old. One of my good friends, his name was Elijah. He had a little sister, and I forget her name. I think it might have been, what the hell was it? I don't even remember, but I do remember her lip, yeah. For some reason, I don't know, her lip had like a hole in it like this guy, and it stuck out. Looked like that, I believe. And I don't know, just being a kid and seeing that, when usually you see lips, right, they're like shut. But when I seen that, it kind of freaked me out. And it always stuck in the back of my head. And every time she'd come up and look at me, I think she was like 3 or 4 at the time. It's like, what the hell? I don't know, it just freaked me out for some reason. And it even does off this guy. Because of the weirdness. Maybe because he smokes a lot, it does that. And it's like he's still got the cigarette in his mouth. And maybe he's, got a habit of doing that. But this guy up top definitely don't have that. And also, as you can see, this guy's mouth does not go down. Right? Get what I'm saying? It goes right across. It does not go down like this guy's. Even the chin, this guy, of course, got a big old indent. See that line? Well, this guy's chin got nothing. Now, who knows? This sketch, just like any other sketch. You could sit there and have a sketch all day. But just like the Delphi murders, it's like, oh, that ain't the sketch. We got a new sketch. And then you're confused. It's ridiculous how they do things these days. Now, I'm sure that this sketch is dead on the money. But if it ain't, what the hell? It's like, oh, man, frustrating when that happens. But I think for some reason why sketches are made up today, especially in the Delphi cases, to throw people off. I think back in the day, they didn't really throw people off. Usually when you get a sketch back then, it's legit. But also the cheek muscles. This guy got some big cheek muscles. He's got none. Even if he smiles, I don't think they would even match up. And like I said, the eyes. This guy got the Clint Eastwood eyes, right? Squinty. This guy don't got that at all. Even if that guy was to probably do this, I don't think it would go down like the eyes in the picture. And this guy got some real distinctive eyes. And last but not least, the eyebrows. Very, as you can see, go up and curve up on each side. Right? They got the little curves that go in. This guy got none. And then it goes straight, right across, all the way over the eye. Right? And this guy's up here. Doesn't even do that. It stops right on the line. And I would say the eye sockets. Yeah, these are the sketch eyes are long. This guy's are short. They don't go wide and they don't go down. They're more short. So, I mean, I'm sad to say, I don't think that's the guy. But they're getting everybody's hopes up, just like Delphi. We got a suspect. It's like, wow. What is really going on? I mean, this guy's got the record, of course. That's what they're looking into. But once again, why ain't they doing this genetic science stuff? The family tree stuff. It's solving every other case. And all of a sudden, this case is just getting a POI from 2015. And if they would have thought that back then, or even if how they even came up with the thought of this guy being it, why wasn't it brought up a long time ago? Why wouldn't they think of it in 2015? Or even look at the guy's record. He had all these shops around, wear masks. What took him so long to get this guy's info to put it in? I don't know, folks. I don't know. I'm not convinced that's the guy. No way. You sit there and stare at that picture long enough, you'll see all the details that I put out. And it doesn't match up at all. The only thing I do see that matches up is the way he holds a cigarette. This guy did the same thing, but maybe that's what they're looking at. But the face features, someone's got a bad eye, boy. And I'm waiting for this to come out if it's the right guy or not. I'm going to keep my eye on this. See how long we sit and wait for this one. No. All I do know is that, someone's got a bad eye. You can see the bridge of the nose. One more thing. How long it is here and how short it is up here. You can see that. Because that nose at the bottom on the sketch really goes long. His stops short. And yep, there's one more little detail. The little line in the middle of the nose. There's no line in the middle of the nose. And that's a distinctive mark right there. That I don't think grows in when you get older. So they're putting hopes on the table of the Bish family, and it's sick. I think this is definitely not the guy. But you gotta start somewhere, right? But to put it on the news like they just did and slam it out there like that, there's gonna be a lot of disappointing people out there. Because that girl's been gone since, 94, 95? Sad. Till that next video, folks, be safe, take care, always beware. Because if this guy ain't dead, he's still out there. And I think he is. But hopefully he caught a demise somewhere down the line and died a painful death. That'd be nice. cancer. Or maybe a bad infection. But I don't think this is it. Sad, sad, sad. Out.